How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. This is a companion commentary to my photo project Bear 4. So, this was my very first spiral bound photo book. And this turned out, I gotta say, it turned out awesome. I spent a lot of time on this one of how I wanted to do it. And because it had been a while since I made a book on my own, and I wanted it to be different and almost like its own, like very limited, well made, like basically piece of art for like making it on your own. So, it's a higher print quality. There's a lot to the making of this in terms of material and all that. So, all right, let's get right into it. So, Fair 4, again, the title's obvious. It's my fourth fair project. And so the cover here is a kind of a cardstock type paper. So it's different than the internal paper. So got kind of like a matte cardstock. And I want it to be very like simple like this. Where that's my that's all right. Got that little like piece here. That's a part of my camera above, and I don't really want to move it because everything's kind of set now. So we'll deal with that. So, anyways, let's get into it. So these are actually like longer, so I had to like manually cut the length on each of them. And I only made 10. And the reason that is like a higher quality, the time, like the cost, time, all that together. I want it to be like its own rare art, really. Like it's that simple. So, all right, let's get right into it. So this starts off with like a has this clear plastic type page here, which leads into another type of paper for like the title page. And each one is signed and numbered. And then we get right into the paper here, which is a very nice, as you can tell, it's like a little bit of a gloss. It's kind of like a luster type gloss. It's really nice. So I'm gonna switch it to checking it out on the website. This is the printed version. It ends. So as you can see, it's like the back cover has a texture to it. So there's a lot of different. So this is the back cover is not the same as the front, even though maybe on camera is a smooth front. The back, you can tell if I tilted it all, has a little bit of a texture to the paper. And then the backing of the inside also has another one of those inserts. And the spiral bound is like works so great. And this is a larger format, as you can tell, and especially like the little zines I made back in the day. But talking about the photos, instead because like my space is kind of confined here. Um, again, this is available on the merch shop. Um, there's I think 6 left, maybe 7. I don't remember, maybe 6. So yeah, definitely check out the merch shop, bsmitty.com. Let's get back to the website. Again, you can view this project for free at bsmitty.com. And if you're interested, pick up a copy. That would be amazing. It's in the print shop. It's called Prints and Books. So if you click on the link, it takes to the same page. There's prints and the books on that page. So, all right, let's get into Fair Four. So this is kind of a continuation. It's not so much in this project, but it's something that I look out for. It's not really is like is people, but it's not so much like you really have to see the people. It's just a vibe I'm looking for. That's why I like just just straight chilling on the side. This one. This is my first fair project that has more than one location. I typically was shooting at the same fair for the previous three. This one I shot at that same fair, but I also went to a smaller, like scaled down town fair. It wasn't a county fair; it was like a town, like a small town fair. So that's where I have a little bit of a blend of different locations in this one. But uh, the main county fair that I go to is going to be like the vibe I stick with for sure. So you can tell we're back at the other one, but we're gonna bounce back and forth. Um, I don't know if you can tell. I guess I could tell, but yeah, cool little scene here for sure happening. Just unlooking the situation. Throw this in here for however anyone wants to take this. Also put the proper year on it too, which is kind of nice. This was made in 2024, so that, it definitely is a stamp of this time period. This one I this is a patient photo for sure. Sometimes that the patience works out, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of those ones where it worked out for sure. This guy, I seen him sitting here and I was like, I want to get I want to sit in front of him and take a photo. Like I don't know why these things pop in my head, but they do. So I just went up to him. I was like, "Do you mind if I take your portrait?" And he said, "Sure, no problem," or however he said it. So I just pulled a chair out, sat right in front of him, snapped maybe 3 photos, thanked them, and moved on. It was that, you know, sometimes it just works out that way where I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to figure this out. This is ridiculous. I seen this and I was like, what? Why do you have a duct tape thumbnail? What the? Um, I kind of like these shots in the fair photos where you get kind of like these bigger. Uh, I can't think of the word. Food stands. I know that's not the right word, but that's what I'm calling it. Um, but I do like this one. This is a different location, so it's kind of like it's different than the other ones. Out of this world corn dogs. This one I like too. This was another one where I seen there. So I was walking along. This is like right inside of these barn doors, and I was walking along and actually seen her looking my way. And some people's like, and it's probably for anyone making photos where it's a person that like it just like it's almost like a flashing red light. I'm like, I need to try to get a photo. But that doesn't always like, I'd say majority of the time you don't get one because like the moment that you see him is like gone, walks away, something that else happened. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, but it's just one of those things you just know. It's just like, hey, this, whether the photo happens or not, you just know that person is my style in a photo. That's the best way to explain it. So I kind of walk up to the scene and I'm just standing there and I'm just like, uh, and I don't know. It wasn't very long. I go in there and I think that girl maybe said something or not, and just kinda worked out where it just, like, looks over, like, bam, got the photo, and I just love that look. Gotta get the red in there. You know, always trying to get these little tables. Talking about the last one. This one I kinda just went with the color vibe for sure. Getting the flags. I don't know what's happening here, but I got the photo. No idea. Again, it's just being there, being ready to shoot photos, being I don't know. This one is cool. This reminds me of like it's not the same photo, but it kind of is in the same realm. There's a photo of my first fair project of it might have been 4 girls, and it could have been 3 girls, but it might have been 4. They're, like, off the side. It's the one with the cowboy boots, and, like, one has boot off, and she's standing she has a boot off, so she's wearing a sock, obviously, but she's standing on her other boot so she doesn't get her sock wet. And, like, there's, like, a couple girls. It's just, like, this little, like, vibe, and it's kind of it's, like, that version of that, um, in a way. It just remind me of similar. I just like how the girls carrying a bunch of cash. I don't know, just like the expressions are cool too. This is cool. I just like this, this scene was just happening for a while because this is like a thing where there's like a turn, like so this is like parallel to them. Like I'm like walking and they're just like kind of doing their thing. I come around the corner, shot this photo, and it was cool. Just like I don't know, having fun at the fair. So this is at the town fair, not the county fair. And I like how there's like a possible like rainbowish looking vibe going on over here, but not really. It was like it had rained. It rained like as I was like getting back to my car. When I was at this spot, it was a very short window of time. Like the town fair stuff is maybe 45 minutes worth of photos, but I got some good stuff. This one I like. These the outfits are just like awesome. There's, in a way, you know what I mean? Just like it's just like you don't see these outfits like this one. Cool just moment. This is again, I mentioned this in the fair mood, the third fair project is these benches. Um, this is something I know I'm going to be aware of that I didn't know I was doing before. It's just like since I'm going to the same fair, I end up having photos of people on these benches. There's this whole area is these types of benches, and so that could be a good or bad thing. I'm aware of it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's like now I just know like, hey, I'm gonna lap around there, which I always am anyway. So it's just like it's just something to kind of have in the back of my head. This one's just out of this world. Um, like, this is like one you don't like, if you were to set up like, if you're like, "Alright, I want here's a blank area. Make this scene look like it's a fair spot. Have, your vendor person there and make a photo." I don't think anyone in this world would have made the same exact scene. Like, this person has their has their scene set up in a way that's just, like, so crazy. Like, just, like, the whole thing is pretty bonkers to me. Just her vibe, the the aliens, the clown, prize every time, just, like, that's just crazy. Like, it's interesting to me. Like, you wouldn't set this up unless you are in it. That's basically where I'm saying what I'm trying to say. Like, this is one of those things where it's just like, you know, the, like, little white fence thing going on, and yeah, and her pose, super cool. Nice chilling photo. I like the Hello Kitty, I like the hat. I like just the vibe. I like this one. This one's cool. It reminds me of like Willy Wonka. Yeah, I mean, it's the glasses. Cool, cool scene here. Got like kind of like this Mickey Mouse vibe with this. It's like destruction derby type car, and you got like this little family moment going on over here. This was actually photographed twice, probably 2 hours apart. I photographed this car by itself, same spot. It didn't move within all this time. Go shoot photos. I'm doing like kind of like a big lap around, however it happens. And I end up back over here, and I see there's people sitting on the car. I'm like, oh, that's even better than just the car by itself. So I kind of work. I'm actually up on a hill, and there's a fence shooting through a fence. So I walk up this hill, and then this happens, and then make the photo. So that's just like, yeah, just being aware. I guess that's an interesting one. I already made the photo of the car, but I'm also, like, aware when I'm back to look like, I liked that thing, but is there anything else happening? You know what I mean? Double checking my work. I love this one. This one was like I was like, "I'm just gonna walk up, and I'm gonna shoot this photo." And, like, right when I do it, and I look at the photo, and just when it all kinda happens, like, it's just, like, way better than I wanted it to be. I love the look down hat because her expression is awesome. Like, again, the whole isolation, that's the kind of a lot of my work and, kind of, I think, like a signature in a way that, is a part of, my photography that really nailed this, like, the timing was like, I nailed it on this one for that, and it makes the photo for sure, and her fit is just awesome, for sure. I love this little garage thing too, like, this roof, how it sticks out. I think it's, like, where you get tickets maybe? Yeah, it's a little ticket booth. That's why the roof sticks out, like a little awning type vibe. Super cool. Again, there's those benches I was talking about. Yeah, awesome. And then kinda getting the on the way out, getting the flags, just photographing differently too. I think that's what's nice about going back to the same place, is it's a new challenge. Like, I don't wanna make the same photo. So the stop sign was here the previous 3 years, I didn't think of photographing it, and then, you know, this year I was like, I'm gonna snap this," and I actually like how it's just, like, a little kinda crazy, it just kind of goes out of nowhere, and then no fair parking. I like that it's just the end there, and then back to the beginning, and that is Fair 4, again, that became this self-found book, and there's a YouTube video of me making this. Definitely check that out. This is, like, one of my more like, I'm, like, super proud of this thing, of how it turned out, 'cause there's a lot of pre-production work involved in the kind of preparing to make this thing and doing it, and one idea that I have going forward is doing, like, the smaller zines like I used to make in the original, like, first projects, and, like, I can shorten these up so I can have them spiral bound, but smaller, which would be cool to do, so again, that's Fair 4. I appreciate your support. Check out beastmedia.com. There's copies available in the print bookshop, and then there's, again, all the projects are free. Check out the photos. I'm on Instagram at OGBSmitty, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.